Beautiful souls, welcome. Welcome back or welcome to The Hawk and I. My name is Lana Zelinsky and I work in the spirit dimensions. As always, in all my videos or on my live feeds, simply take what resonates and you're welcome to leave the rest right here. How are we all doing on this wonderful Friday? It is great to finally see Friday. It's been a very busy week for me. Very good week. Just been very busy, and I'm grateful for everything that comes my way, the learning, the experiences, the busyness. The energy that's coming in is quite quiet this weekend. There seems hello there, Camilla. Welcome. Come on in. I'll give everybody a minute to settle in before I continue. It's good to see you all here. This weekend, the energy feels quiet, like a slowdown, just giving yourself some time to breathe, letting some things settle in. And I kind of had a bit of a mixed feeling there for me because although we may need some of that quiet, that flow, I also felt in my meditation this morning that there was also this increase in trust, trusting yourself, trusting your processes, trusting your learning. I felt that quite elevated. So I'm kind of curious, those of you coming in, are you leaning a little bit more and trusting what you're feeling or trusting the direction that you're going in? Has there been a bit of a, I think I'm going to trust that, or coming into that intuition space? Are you feeling more comfortable there? Because that's how it kind of felt. The energy this weekend really feels like the need to loosen, like to just loosen and relax and create, to breathe. It felt just like such an incredible slowdown. And I literally felt like there was a harness on me that's been pulling me back into just kind of slow. You don't always have to be running along. You don't always have to be worried about the next step or what's going on. And I just felt it being embraced at a deeper level. I am my last couple of meditations that I reflect back on. I do feel collectively like many people are increasing their awareness or increasing their trust or increasing that authentic self space. The other thing that came up to me in meditation was this whole space of allowing. Allowing is going to be a big energy, I think, that's coming in more and more and more. Or there's Shannon. I'm trusting more. There we go. Excellent, Alina. Yes, I felt a great deal of trust this morning. Okay, there we go. That I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I love it. Well done out there. And learning to trust. And let's just dive into this. If you're learning to trust, giving yourself permission to take that learning path. I'm learning to trust when we don't know how to trust, or if trust has been broken, or if we're new to tapping into that intuitive space. It can be a moment or two of wobbling, Peyton, trusting even though the tough learning moments, and that's a big one, right? And it's easy when it's easy, to trust. It's easy when it's easy, and it's tough when it's tough. So 100% there, Peyton. Learning to trust through the tough moments is a biggie, and it's a big one for me too. There are times where I sit with spirit and I'll be like, "Are you sure?" And it's like, "Yep, hard yes. Okay, I've got to continue trusting with that." Um, when we kind of give ourselves some space to kind of like slow it down or quiet the energy, or less noise from the physical world or less noise with what's going on with other people, we're able to kind of crack open a little bit more and hear even deeper what we need. And that's and I think that's so important. If we don't take the time to just slow down or to breathe, and to just quiet the energy around, it gets difficult to hear, and it gets difficult to be able to tap into what we're hearing for ourselves, or what spirit's trying to relay to us as well. The other thing that I really felt at such a delicious level was the supportive energy. It's always there for us, but I really feel that if we take that time to quiet down, we're going to be able to feel the support. We're going to be able to feel the possibilities, the new ideas, the new beginnings, or the fresh starts, or wherever it is that we're gonna be able to go. Now, the universe does speak loudly when it's time to change. And I had this conversation last night with one of my students, who was struggling a little bit, because the same thing kept coming up for them. It was the same lesson, maybe a few different players, but it was the same theme over and over and over again. And I think that, when we don't when we don't listen, and we do have choice and free will, I'll be very clear on that. But when we don't kind of say, ah, aha, okay, I need to kind of backtrack a little bit and kind of learn this one before I move forward to the next lesson. It does get a little bit louder, but we're supported in that space. We're supported in the learning. And it just felt like such a giant hug when I was sitting there in meditation. It was like, oh wow. And it's that quiet space. We're able to tap into other things when we just give ourselves permission to slow down. Spirit yells at me all the time, what are you running for? Take, just slow down and enjoy this moment, just a little bit more and a little bit more, and give yourself permission to snuggle up in it. And I think that's time. That's something that I even need gentle reminders from spirit. It's just to snuggle up into what I'm learning, snuggle up into what what's happening around me, snuggle into, that space of love and support. Quick question, Mila. Does my aunt have any messages for me? And is she sending me any signs? Mila, absolutely. I feel like, number one, I hear all this cheering. She's cheering for you, but she's also pushing you. I feel like I'm not quite sure what you have on pause or what you're struggling to work through, but she's pushing you to go forward with that. So I hope that makes sense there to you. I'm just gonna wrap up the energy update, and then I'll go back and take some more questions. But over the next couple days, and I get it, the physical world is busy. We all have responsibilities. We all have things going on. But if you can just take even if it's a few moments to just feel the quiet energy, just to feel that and allow and just kind of like, and I'll use the word like less about other people or less about what's happening globally. If you can just take a few moments and feel the support and feel that guidance and feel that quietness, it'll allow more new ideas from yourself. It'll allow yourself to have that moment of clarity. We need to be able to make space for that. For whatever reason, this weekend is a glorious time to do that. And perhaps it may be that you can hear the answer that you've been asking, because we do all ask. I mean, we're always asking, whether it be for help or support or for guidance. And I think we need to quiet it down a little bit. The physical world is quite loud. I've said that before, and I'll say it again. It is a very loud world to exist in. And a gentle reminder from spirit. And perhaps on Monday you'll have your own aha moments with why you needed to quiet it down a little bit. All right, let's scroll up and see. Peyton, I keep thinking I found the right person, and then they leave my life. I'm trying to trust that spirit is guiding me through lessons with them and helping prepare me for the right one. Absolutely, Peyton. And here's a bit of that repeat lesson that I talked a little bit about. I also think, and I just want you to kind of lean into this a little bit. Sometimes people come to us and we're the teacher. Sometimes we're teaching them something, and we're only meant to have a short moment with them, or they're only meant to have a short moment with us. But I also feel there's just a teeny pinch more of a little bit of healing work that you're working through. And I love that you're trusting it, and I love that you're looking at the lessons and working through it from a very different perspective. Because sometimes when we're learning the hard stuff, we kind of lean into what's wrong with me, or anger, or fears. And there's nothing wrong. And I say this all the time: there's nothing wrong with you. You're just learning some lessons. But I'm really proud of you, Peyton, for looking at it from that perspective. And you are preparing for a different shift. And sometimes we get. I don't think that you are, Peyton, but sometimes overall we can get so focused on the time. Why am I not meeting somebody right now? I want it now. I want it now. And the whole timeline of it hasn't quite lined up yet. And I don't know how many times in my life I've said, "Oh, now I understand why. Oh, I get it. Why we had to wait, or why I had to wait." So just kind of trust that timeline there. All right, let's scroll up here. All right, there's quite a bit of. Oh, good to see you guys all posting your questions here this morning. All right, where are we? Um, so Aaron says, I feel pretty content where I am. I love that. I love that so much. Learning to trust and be patient, definitely given signs by people around me, which I didn't expect. Excellent. The pink profile pictures with the M back to back. Love that. Okay, good. Um, Maria, any messages for me? Maria, when I lean into your energy, I feel like I needed to give you just this great big hug. I just feel like you needed to feel, and it comes back, spirit's pointing back down to my sheet of paper here with the support of you are so supported, you are so held, and I feel like you're coming into a whole new path of your own growth and development spiritually. And I feel like I've got to just remind you from your spirit guides that you are loved and supported always. I also feel a lot of help from people like ancestors behind, and the ancestral support has been coming up a lot lately. I would say over the last couple of months, I don't think I've ever had it so loud with the help and the guidance from ancestors. I feel like you just got to kind of embrace that hold a little bit more. I don't know if you hold things back here, like, you just hold things off, but I feel like I just got to allow yourself to be embraced with energy, allow yourself to feel the growth, I just keep feeling that over and over and over, to embrace that supportive energy there. Sometimes I think, being independent is great. I'm very independent, but I also allow myself to feel support, and I just feel like you need to feel that. I hope that that makes sense there to you, and welcome to the chat this morning, Maria. Um, so we need to go here. Mimi, is there anything my spirit guides would like me to know? Well, one thing that made me, when I just kind of have to take a pause and listen to them for a moment, I really feel like, has there been a lot of clearing of a path for you? I feel like you've been sifting and sorting and working through some healing, or working through some. I can see you hurdling, like any like life hurdles, but I feel like there's been this clearing of the path. So have you been kind of looking into new directions or new growth or new opportunities? Because I just feel like you've worked through so much, and I can't help but smile. And I feel like there's like this openness space for you now to trust yourself, to grow forward, and to be who you are. And I keep seeing that I have to shine bright. I just have to like crack open and shine bright. You can do you, and you can do that in balance with with other people. But I just feel like there's like you've been working towards something really hard, and the path is clear. I just got to give you that little flick of go for it. So I hope that makes sense there to you, Mimi. Aaron, I could use some healing energy. We're taking a weekend trip a few hours south, and I feel a scratch in my throat coming. Um, Absolutely, Aaron. We can send you some healing energy there. Um, I also feel that it's not. I really feel, I don't know, and I'm not a doctor. I know you know that, but I feel like you can just like up some vitamin C, a little bit of gargling. I don't feel quite worried that you're gonna struggle at all with that. You're very welcome, Mila. Diane, I have weather. I have weather is changing by me, so I feel like pressure headaches. Yeah, the weather has been kind of up and down lately, hasn't it? Does Spirit have a message about my health? The last few weeks, there have been adding things to it more and more. What worries me? So I feel like the support that you have with your health, I feel like you're in the right place for that. I also feel, I also feel, and again with the support, I'm just having a look into your energy. When I look up, I'm listening and looking. I also feel though that there has been some small steps of improvement. I do feel that even though you've had things added, has there been some things that are improving? And I also feel like I've got to allow the healing energy in as well. Just kind of more and more allowing that healing energy, more and more of talking with your physical body and your emotional body. I feel like I've just got to kind of like allow that in. I also feel, and I'm also feeling quite inflamed there for some reason, Joy. Has there been any inflammation or any swelling or any, like, I just feel so inflamed in my body. And I don't feel um that you're not getting the right direction on it. I feel like you're in the right direction, with that being the medical world or the holistic world. I feel like you're in the right space there. And I'll also send you some healing if you would like, Joy. You can just make a comment that you're open to receive that, and I'll do some healing. Um Lana, do you think I have potential to become a medium? Maria, I think every single one of us has the potential to connect. We all connect very differently. It is, a very cherished connection for me. I do feel that every single one of us can connect. Will every single one of us push through and do it as an occupation? I think that every single one of us has the potential to do that. If mediumship is something that you're interested in developing, I always say research your teachers. Make sure that it's someone that you are in alignment with. Make sure that it's someone that is in alignment with integrity. Always do your research. With anything that you have found the right person to help teach you. We all come from source energy. We can all connect. We can all learn about energy. I have students that have come to me with zero background in spirituality, and they've done extremely well with developing their connection with the other side. So I do believe that every single one of us has the ability to connect. It takes, it does take a lot of dedication and a lot of growth. But absolutely, you can. Anybody can learn. I say that all the time. Anybody can learn. Horizon Phoenix. Do spirits have any suggestions in the direction of what furniture and household supplies I should get going? The furniture bank on the 25th will find the right. Hold on, Horizon Phoenix. I have to read that again. Do the spirits have any suggestions in the direction of what furniture and household supplies I should get going? I really feel like I've got to tap into your own creative energy. I feel like I've got to say, what do you want? I do feel though a lot of brightness and color. So I don't know if color really resonates with you, but I feel like, and it almost feels like something very different. But I feel like I've got to push you into what do you want? What do you feel you need? What is going to make you feel comfortable? And I've got to get you to lean into that a little bit more. And I also feel a rise in Phoenix. Um, I feel like more and more, excuse me, you're going to I don't want I don't want to say push against the norm or change the norm, but I feel like I need to say it's okay to mismatch furniture. It's okay to have a brighter colors that aren't in style. It's okay. I need to get you to do you and just embrace whatever it is that you want. And I really feel quite strong with that. See where we need to go here, Spring Hall. Do you see anything coming up for me, Lana? I'm heading to the doctor for a new patient appointment on Monday. Um, when I tap into your energy right now, Spring, I really feel like I've got to come right back into right now. So right now, this is where right now I'm going to do this for myself. Right now, I'm working on this with my health. Right now, I feel like the power of now is really something I really want to kind of get you to put your awareness to. Your appointment on Monday doesn't feel bad to me. I feel like you're on a new path of increased wellness. I also feel that I've got to say to you, you can do this. You can do this. You can do this. I feel like I've got to remind you with some of the things that I mentioned before with support, and just that you are so supported and tapping into that support when we feel like you're wobbling. We all wobble, we all wobble with growth, and we all wobble with life. And I feel more and more your connection to that support will be increasing big time. Maria, thank you for the hug. I needed that. I felt that, Maria. I felt like I just needed to give you a big old squeeze. Shannon, I keep reminding myself a new house will come soon to help put us in a better financial situation. We are trying so hard to be patient. Patience is a big one. And I think one thing with allowing that, I know you really need a shift in the financial situation. I really want to kind of put your mindset into it. I'd rather have the right house than the wrong house. And this is kind of some of the things that self-talk that I do to myself when I'm feeling impatient, or I'm not understanding the weight, or I'm hanging on by a thread. I'm waiting for that right situation. I'm trusting the right situation. I'm open for the right situation. I don't want another wrong situation. Right. So I really feel like I've got to kind of get you turned up on the trust volume on there. As hard as it is really hard to trust when we don't understand why the pause, right? Why the pause? And I'm sure many of you can relate to this. I know I knew I should have waited. I knew I should have waited. Like, I know I shouldn't have pushed against that. We've all been there, and and it's a big thing to lean into, just the trust. I always say to spirit, I want what's right for me, right? So leaning into that a little bit. Anything more I can do to help my lungs and body clear out from toxins. Um, I like to charge my water. You can do it with pure intention. I would just get a bottle of water and set an intention to charge it. You can use the moon energy, you can use a crystal, you can use your own healing love and light. You can just simply ask. And I would start pumping in more, more water. I don't know all of your medical background, so just make sure that if you're supposed to be on a diuretic, and increasing water is something that you've been told not to do, just make sure that you're following your medical advice as well. You can also remember it's all intention spring, so you can sit under a tree and ask the tree to help remove toxins. It's all energy, so you can use whatever that you need to. If a crystal resonates with you, you can do that. I also feel the soaking your feet. I don't know why I'm pulled to your feet for whatever reason, but I feel like soaking your feet, just in a tub or in a basin of a little bit of Himalayan salt water, and allowing the toxins to flow out. Maybe perhaps that's why, being able to flush and flow out. And I also feel like you're ready to allow that. I feel like your own alignment is ready to allow whatever needs to be pulled out to be pulled out. Um, Lana, my poor mom is so tired of looking after my dad. Any messages from her guides I can relay to her? Diane, I feel like I need to whisper in her ear that it's okay to ask for more help. So, I feel like I've got to say it's okay, whether that be support coming in, or whether that be any kind of I'll use the word like respite care, but I feel like it's okay that she receive that more help with that she takes a break. I feel like I've just got to give her permission to look after herself too. I also feel beyond tired. Like I feel beyond exhaustion. I feel like I've got no more fuel in the tank. And I have a little bit of concern there with a little bit of burnout. Because in order for her to do what she's doing, she's got to look after herself too. I feel like I just got to give her permission to look at bringing help in, or getting the extra help that she needs. Um, I also feel with Mom Diane, I feel like a high level of frustration. I feel like I just mixed with that exhaustion. I feel a high level of frustration. I hope that that helps her there. Um, oh, look at Joy. And all who needs healing energy too, I will be sending them to you all. I love that so much. You're very welcome, Horizon Phoenix. Oh, I missed some up here. Sorry, I scrolled down too fast. Okay, here we go. Grace, what does spirit have to say when it comes to experiencing the passing of a pet? Am I'm able to communicate with them spiritually, but my human side has a struggle to process. So the passing of a pet, and thank you very much for your question, Grace. The passing of a pet is the same as passing of a soul of a human soul. Animals all have souls. They're just here in an animal form. Um, when it comes to our pets, they communicate the same way. They connect with us. They leave us signs. They're definitely around us all the time as well. Um, when I lean in there, my human side has a struggle to process. One thing that often helps people is just to simply, continue your relationship with them verbally. Continue to be talking to your pet. I love you. I miss you. I know you're here. Those little things do help open up the channel a little bit. And our human side, is a big one to kind of process and open up. Um, and allow, either any programming to step aside, or, whether this is real or not real, are they gone or not gone? And depending on our experience and our journey with that. But one thing that I always say to people is the love between two souls. So the love between you and your pet, the love between you and other humans, when they cross over, that love continues. So, they continue loving us. Why wouldn't they? And that's something that you can simply say to yourself. And it's not going to hurt anything to just, send little messages of I love you, or to be open to feel them around you. Start with the very, very small thing, very, very small like that, and you will start to feel more and more magic around you. You will start to feel them up against your leg. You'll have a sense of knowing that they're sitting with you. Your awareness will shift a little bit, and it is a big one for many people. Grace, a lot of people do struggle, with the human side of it. Just simply allow yourself to have an experience, allow yourself to communicate, and even just with words, I miss you and I love you and I hope you're okay. They are all very much okay over in the spirit dimensions. So just continue to be open to receive their messages or to communicate with them. And that's a really good question. I just got a reminder, don't let others behavior lower our vibrations. I'm having trouble with my words. Absolutely. One thing that really helps with that's what she said, is um it may not necessarily be a lower vibration or lower our vibration. It can simply say what helps me with other people is I will simply make sure I'm in my own lane. And I'll also remind myself that, wow, that person's learning patience, or that person's learning a lesson, or that person is going through something that's difficult. And I just make sure that I'm not absorbing it. Because I think that everybody's going through their own stuff, and I think for the most part, not always, but for the most part, I do believe that people are doing the best from where they're standing, right? So, they're from whatever their life experiences, they're doing their best from where they're standing. Those are kind of the reminders that I give myself. Number one, it keeps me out of judgment. Right. Number two, it just kind of softens. It just kind of softens it a little bit. Bless their heart, they're learning something. But I always make sure that I'm not absorbing it and that I'm in my own lane, and that's where I can help people better anyway. Lindsay, hi, Lan. I'm curious if Spirit has a message about the synchronicities that happened last weekend, and the subsequent email I sent. Why did that person and I cross paths? Thank you. Um, I feel for one of you, Lindsay, and I'm not quite sure which one. But I feel for one of you. It was like I had to wake you up or wake somebody up. It was like I had to remind someone of that fire within, of that space within. I feel like it was like just this shake up, wake up call, with energy in a very loving way. But I feel like one of you is kind of like going to get reset back on a path, or will have a reminder of what matters, is where I feel with that. Now, whether or not you or the other person is ready to receive that energy, that's a totally different thing, because I feel a little bit of hesitancy there. But I feel like it was like this reminder. I feel like it was the light was turned on, if that makes sense. I feel like one of you was waking the other one up. Is kind of how that feels. I hope you find that helpful. Um, don't ask me. I'm biased and will not train with anyone other than Lana unless it's one of Lana's students. Yes, I'm very biased. Lana has such strong integrity. Integrity for me is everything. It's what the spirit dimensions are based out of as well. Like, it is only love, and it is only integrity. Thank you so much, Spring, for cheering for me in that matter. I do truly believe, though, that there are other amazing teachers out there too, and I truly feel that you've got to be have a vibrational match with other teachers too, and there are a ton of amazing, amazing, amazing spiritual teachers and leaders. And I'm very much okay if I'm not everyone's cup of tea, or if someone feels that I'm not the teacher for them. I'm perfectly okay with that. I want people to do well, and I want them to find the teacher that works for them, right? So I just think it's so important. But I always say that it should be always integrity and love first. Always. It always. Nothing else should come ahead of that when it comes to spirituality teachers and mediumship. It should always be that way. So always keep that in your mind and always trust your gut, right? It always comes down to, and I always ask, good feels good, bad feels bad. So always ask, is this the right person for me? And if you get no, then continue your search. And that can be in anything. Is this the right thing for me? Yes or no? How does it feel? Those simple questions, those simple asking of our intuition is, that's how we get the answer. If we don't ask, I always say to people, if you don't ask, how are you going to feel your intuition? Just simply ask, how does this feel? Right? Um, Joy. Thank you, Lana. I have a small fiber neuropathy, so my skin burns 24/7 for 12 years. Okay, that's why I feel inflamed. It attacks my bladder and uterus badly now, and at the age of 39, it makes me scared. Joy, I still feel like there is some kind of answer there for what you're going through. I really do. I don't feel like that from the medical world that there's no options. I feel that there are options. Um I give that to you. I feel like there's something else there that and you're on the right path with it with whoever's looking after you medically. I do feel like there's something going on there. Enjoy definitely will be sending some healing energy there. You're all very welcome. Look at the gratitude here is so lovely. Um Marvin. Hi Lana, I'm currently struggling in life. How can I get out of it? Okay, so Marvin, one thing that really helps is just and we'll do it in small steps. And I've talked about this before on the channel. I don't recognize your name, so if you're new, welcome to this little community. One thing that I will change, Marvin, sorry, one place that I will start with is I will start with just working a little bit on your mindset, just a bit. 'Cause I do feel like you're pretty good. I feel like you've got some positive vibes going on there, and I just need to give you a little bit of support. One thing that I say and that always helps is everything is always working out for me. I am learning something really difficult right now. I've got to soften how you communicate with yourself and how you view yourself. I just feel like I need to soften that a little bit. I would also like to, if this resonates with you, I would also like to add a word I'm learning right now. I'm learning some difficult stuff in life. I'm learning, and I'm going to land where I need to be. I would like you to feel how supportive and how loved that you are. I also see a wolf on your left side. When I see a wolf, that is a lot of guidance and support. And I also feel like I've got to push you to wander around a little bit, just exploring new things, like just and even just in your own backyard kind of thing. I feel like I just got to give yourself a shift, or a break, and just allow yourself to have a few more magical moments, whether it be that's a beautiful moon in the sky, or whether it be like, oh, look at that tree growing so deeply. I feel like I just got to get you just to take a couple little baby steps into giving yourself a little bit of a break. I do feel quite strongly that you are going to land where you need to land. I also feel like you are willing. I feel like you are such a willing participant in your learning. I feel that even when it's hard, I feel like you're willing to go forward, and I love that. We are all cheering for you. I just got to give you little wee. I'll use the word spiritual breaks or little wee moments with your spirit guide. Lean into that wolf. Lean into that wolf. I also feel though that I do feel quite a turbulent or gravel road that you're on right now, but I also feel I just want to word this, is with what they're giving with what they're giving me. I also feel though that that road is not as bumpy as you think, right? So sometimes we can get caught up very deeply on oh, the struggle, oh, the struggle, oh, the struggle, oh, the struggle. And we forget that there's also things that we're not struggling with. And I just need to kind of lean you. I just got to kind of lean you into, okay, also notice, just point out the things that are not a struggle right now. And even if it's like, okay, I can muster up one small thing, even if you can only muster up the tiniest thing, like, oh, I've got clean socks on today. I feel like I've just got to kind of just lean in there a little bit, because when we kind of pull in a different energy balance, when we kind of pull in a different awareness, it does help settle down that high vibration of struggle. I hope that that helps you there, Marvin, and it's really nice to have you here on our channel. Shannon, thank you, Lana. I love your message. And if I miss a live, I watch the replay. I learned so much. You're a beautiful gift to us. Thank you, Shannon, for cheering for us. Um, I I love it here as well. I do love this community, the support and the cheering and the help and the guidance from every single one of us that pops on here is always so profound. Let us shift over now. Let's shift over to the books. Let's do both today. Let's do you know what? I feel like I need to do a couple angel numbers today. I'm not quite sure what that's all about, but let's simply trust that, okay? All right. 381. The Ascended Masters urge you to use positive words to describe your finances whenever you speak, think, or write. Let's talk about that. Um, and many of us are, are struggling, with the physical world and finances. So and I don't want to be all fuzzy bunny all the time, because I do think that there's reality, and there's things that we can do and there's things that we can't do. But when it comes to manifesting, when it comes to how we speak about things, we do put out an energy that is reactive, right? So if you're here, you obviously have some kind of belief system and energy. That's what I do. It's a channel about energy, whether it be spirit energy or energy that we put out. We do put out things, right? And we do, and it echoes back. So if the energy that you are putting out is constant with a descriptive of negative, you're kind of pinching yourself off to receiving more, or you're kind of pinching yourself, or what you're saying essentially is, I want more of what I'm putting out. So how I look at my finances, and how I think about them, I do keep a very realistic mindset, but I think that's really important. We do have to be realistic, but I also take a look, and balance some gratitude with that. I'm really grateful that I've got 4 clients this week, or I'm really grateful for this. I'm open to receive more. I'm also willing to work for it. I'm willing to be a participant, right? Because I really feel, and this isn't directed at anybody, it's a general statement. We're really good at the complaining part. We're really good at pointing out the negativity side. We're really good at that, and sometimes we forget to put it in the balance that I do have enough, and I yes, I'd be grateful for some more. Who doesn't want more finances? But I really feel like we balance that, and if there's not enough, I ask, okay, and then I'm willing to roll up my sleeves and work for it. I'm also willing to go without things too, right? So I think that there's that balance there, but finances and money, especially right now, is a big one. Um, for people, and myself included, if vacations are not a thing that I can afford, I look at to what's in my backyard that I can go and have a great new experience with. Yes, of course, I want to travel, but if I can't, I lean back into what I can do, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the river, for the forest, or whatever that it is. Just be aware of how you talk about money and your relationship with money. It's a big thing. It's all energy, right? So I'll read that one again. Angel number 381. The Ascended Masters urge you to use positive words to describe your finances whenever you speak, think, or write it. I do have a manifesting bowl. I also carry a check of abundance in my wallet. I also have a piece of citrine for to help me stay in alignment with good things, and a good relationship with abundance. And it does help. I mean, manifesting for me has been huge. And there are times I'm like, this doesn't even this doesn't even make sense. But I'm grateful that I'm being helped. All right, let's do another angel number 504. I like this one. Be aware of and follow your feelings or thoughts about making positive changes in your life. Be aware and follow your feelings or thoughts about making positive changes in your life. I love that. I love that. Um, Okay, PJ, I needed that reminder. In fact, just yesterday, I became very aware of my thoughts and had made a decision to think happy, put happy out, and fake it till I make it. Um, wow, needed this. Look at you guys. Wow, just pulling all the best reminders this morning. It is some great reminders. And I when I get it, and spirit does get it too. The physical world, I mean, it's expensive to live here, and sometimes we need to be reminded of wants versus needs, and sometimes we have to work a little bit harder, and sometimes, like we all have those experiences, every single one of us. I've learned to have a different relationship with money. So I've worked on that a lot, and even every now and again, every now and again, I still have that man, oh man, right? But I come back into a different space with it every single time that I struggle. Um, Marvin, thank you, Lana. I've been following you since your first video. Oh wow, I love that. I immediately gravitated towards you. I'm so happy I'm finally able to make it to one of your live videos. Thank you very much for support, for being here and for following me for so long. I love that. I love it so much. All right, let's go to the spirit animal book. Let's just take a moment. What does the group need to hear? All right, so I have to literally flick a page back because it's broken down. So it is the deer, um, and I'll read. So I'm going to read all of it. So it's the deer, the caribou, and the elk. So deer, you've been involved in some aggressive negative circumstances and need to seek out safe, nurturing situations and people. More than ever, you need to trust your gut instinct. There's the intuition. There's the quiet, by the way, too, right? You're poised for an enticing adventure, one that will take you down many different paths and lead to many important insights. Be gentle with yourself and others. Caribou, this is a time for you to act with resolve. So make a decision, stick with it, and take the appropriate action. The long emotional and spiritual trek you've been on is about to conclude. And once it does, you'll reap the rewards, benefits, and pleasures of having done it. There's something bugging you, and you need to address whatever it is and either try to change it, get away from it, or surrender it. The solidarity amongst the people you know and trust, which is something your soul is yearning for at this time. So indulge yourself and seek out these folks. Also, your journey may seem rather lengthy as long as you seek the support you need. Elk. So the elk. Seek out the company and friendship of others of your same gender. You're entering into a time of plenty. Oh, there's the manifestation we talked about. You're entering into a time of plenty, one where you'll have everything and anything you need. Thank you. Eat a vegetarian diet for a few days and know the difference in how you feel. Your inner child requires considerable nurturing and protection right now. Pace yourself and eat energy foods so that you can maintain your stamina. Mule. So this is all under deer. So mule. You're in a phase of your life where you're wandering about without clear sense of direction. So go ahead and enjoy it. Spend some time wandering around in the forest or bush without a specific direction or goal. Stag. There's an opportunity to release something that no longer fits your life. So that room will be made for new that's ready to be birthed and appear. This is a particularly intuitive time, so pay close attention to information that comes through. I love that. Comes through psychically. Wow. I know that was a little bit long, but I had to read them all because it all falls under one category. I'm not going to cut you guys short. Um, this morning, I do have to get to work. This morning, I am working with a client, a couple clients this morning who are terminally ill. So I'm going to be doing some healing energy work and working with them on the spiritual perspective on that. Let's see here, Aaron, Mandy, leaving the past behind is so great. Oh, those spirit angels are speaking to me as I make changes and leave the past negative behind. Lots of learning in the lessons, eh, Mandy? Lots of learning. It has been a couple years for many of us, with learning a lot of tough lessons and learning and being uprooted. That's the other thing too, is how many of you feel like you've been like when you pick out a weed, like when you've been plucked out and planted somewhere else. It's a lot of people have been experiencing that where it feels like they've been completely removed and planted somewhere else in a new direction, new growth. Um, Shaz, this year I'm going to improve my past mistakes and be better. Um, Shaz, I just want to soften that just a little bit if it resonates with you. This year I'm going to acknowledge my lessons and learn from them. Right? I always like to be gentle with ourselves, and I always like to. And if the word mistake doesn't bother you, then that's fine. But I just feel like we are so hard on ourselves, like with our learning, right? Kayla, I don't recognize my past self. It's crazy how the growth has changed everything. My physical appearance, mindset, spirituality, etc. Shaz, love that. Yeah, just soften it a little bit. Just soften it a little bit. We're so hard on ourselves, right? With the energy and the words that we use, right? Just soften it a little bit. Shaz, whatever your past was, you were doing the best with what you knew and how you were learning, right? You were doing your best. Different version of you now. And it's easy. I'm really not wanting to end, am I? It's easy to look back and say, "Oh, I messed that up," or "Oh, I should have known better." Yeah, perhaps sometimes we know we do things that we know better, but you were still doing the best. You were still trying with what you knew, and I think that that's so important. And I feel different about myself, just changing that learning, changing that perspective. I've never gone at anything with a malicious intent in my life. When things didn't go well for me, I was doing my best from where I was standing, and I was learning. I was learning what I want, learning what I don't want. I was learning this, or I was learning that. I was learning that, right? And I just think that we don't have to blow our own candle out. We don't have to blow our own light out. And I always ask myself that: am I dimming my own light? Right? Am I dimming my own light? Um, because how we treat ourselves is one thing that we have full control over. How we talk to ourselves is one thing that we have full control over. So I always ask myself, am I dimming my own light? Anyway, have a wonderful weekend. It's going to be a glorious one of slowing down, and give yourself a moment of quiet energy. Just even if it's for 3 minutes, just try it. Take Spirit's advice on that. I always listen up when Spirit, when with all of the channeling that I do and I share with you guys. I also give that an opportunity. I also listen up, so you can. Guaranteed, I will spend some quiet time this weekend, even if it's only a few minutes. I will definitely be listening up. Let's see what Monday looks like. We have an energy update on Monday. Let's just see what Monday looks like so that you guys know what's happening here. I will be here Monday morning for a brief energy update. It'll be a half an hour one because I am in person next week. Yay! I love my in person sessions. I usually rotate them 1 week in person, 1 week Zoom, just to keep that in the balance. And I love both. I love it when it's in person sessions, and then the following week it's like, oh, I'm on Zoom. I love it so much. So I love both. So Monday is in person, so it'll be a half-hour energy update. Few less questions. If I get a chance to go live this weekend, either Facebook or YouTube, I will post it. I'm not quite sure how my weekend is going to fare out. I'm just going to allow. That is my biggest word for the weekend. I'm going to allow. So yeah. Much love to you all. As always, love, light, blessings, and have a spirit guided weekend. Take care.